Hi Animation 610, this is our drape fabric assignment, and you guys, this is not a lot, but this is what did get turned in. And on this assignment you were to choose fabric that had enough body that showed simple folds such as linen or heavy cotton or wool. We had somebody that tried to do something shiny that had a lot of wrinkles, and then we had another student that did one that had a lot of wrinkles. So this was about not making it too difficult for yourself by choosing something that had good folds, that wasn't too many, and something that was heavy and had body. You were also to do folds that had a sense of dark and light. You were supposed to use overlap and change of planes being shown through the use of soft and hard edges and some tonal work. We have one offering that's just straight line work, but it has good line work, so we do get a sense of that overlapping form. So let's take a look at these a little bit bigger and see what we've got. So Case, such a nice start. I think that by not having those highlights in there, it's not helping the work. So getting a few of the highlights, maybe having given a soft gray tone to the overall piece, and then going back and pulling out the highlights with the eraser would have been a great benefit. Also down here at the bottom, didn't quite get it finished. Good use of your blacks. As you can see, when we're even getting into the small thumbnails that we have, Case and Khadidra, who is down here lower right, are the two students that got the best amount of darks in their pieces. With that being said, let's go to our two rather delightful but pale offerings. Heber, lovely, lovely, lovely. Just to make those darks a little bit darker. Yay, Heber, what a nice job. You guys check out his photograph. He has lovely transition in his edges, using probably a blending tool and carefully using his eraser as a tool as well at this point. Just lovely. Would have liked to have seen a little bit, if there's any changes, here were just a few more darker darks in there. With that being said, Jonathan, same thing. Let's to have gotten those darks a little bit darker. And when we get it larger, some of these lines in here are a little harsh. It's their edges. It's not the value that's too dark. It's just the edges are too sharp. So had we gotten a few of these darks a little darker and feeling cores on things a little bit would have been a great help. Lovely wrinkle in this lower right hand corner, and I'm going to pull that up in the screen a little bit better so you guys can see it. This triangle shape right here is especially nicely done. Difficult to see in fabric sometimes. So it's all about some of those shapes and that shape simplification. Here we have Scott's. Scott, you got a little too over the top there with the line work. So we needed to get a more subtle work with the lines, not as much dark on them. And well, the darks actually, let me take that back. The darks could have been okay had they had some softer edges, and it really needed to have some highlights as well, and a little bit more blending. So what Heber and John, yes, I'm in San Francisco, yes, that's the wonderful trolley car. So getting some of those edges a little softer like the two gentlemen prior to you would have really helped. Also, you and Khadidra gave yourselves a very complicated piece to have done. So with that being said, we have Bill's lovely piece here. Wish we had some tone on it. Lovely, lovely, lovely again. Indication on this fringe. So with that kind of detail, that really helps this part of the assignment, which was about having the form read over the form. I'm really feeling those fringe, that heavy, the weight of the fringe, and I'm feeling that form on top of it. So in that respect, Bill did a really nice job. I've talked to Bill about this, that had he better material handling skills, I think he could have easily transitioned this into having some really good values that would have helped take this to the final step. Here we have Khadidra's piece. And Khadidra, you gave yourself shiny fabric. Always tough to do. This little section right here in the middle is really nice, and I think you just kind of ran out of time. Excellent perspective. Yay! Excellent perspective on the chair. Oh, just watch and be careful. that, you know, here, just as a point, you will take something and you get something nailed so well, like the bottom of this leg of this chair and the bottom of the leg of this chair, just being a little bit sloppy in there and not having that read as a curve. You know, not just Khadidra, but everyone in this class, sometimes the devil is in the details. And when you violate the story of what a form is, you better do it consistently. And because she nailed that chair in basically, and back over in this corner as well, she nailed it in 3 out of 4 of the corners. And this one being in the front, it really gets in the way. And that's the same thing, Khadidra, that's happening in some of the fabric. You did such a lovely job in the middle that it gets a little confusing here at the top and over here on the upper left-hand side. This white line here, the sharpness doesn't quite make sense. You have a lovely edge right here. And this area, this corner right here, your edges are really nice. And then here, the edge in the transition up at the top doesn't make sense. Whereas down here, it does. And here, it finishes too abruptly. So I don't mind your dark edge. We just needed to maybe softly fade it out instead of having it just end. And here you show me that you can do it because you did it beautifully right there. So again, it's the inconsistencies, Khadidra. And you're not, again, you guys, Khadidra's not the only one. A lot of you, Bill included, have had some inconsistencies. So let's go for continuity in our quality, guys.